to the ScamSlam channel. I'm here to bring you content from both shady and some not so shady individuals on TikTok. Ever scrolled through your For You page and come across a sketchy scam or a questionable character? Well, you're not alone, and that's where I come in. On this channel, I'll be diving deep into the world of TikTok to expose scams, scammers, and problematic content to steer clear of. From beggars, scammers, fakers, liars, abusers, and awareness creators that you watch, I'll be here to share it all. I'll be doing it all through showing live streams and adding in comments where appropriate. Be sure to look out for those red flags. So if you want to stay informed on what's really going on in the world of TikTok, then hit that subscribe button and join me on this wild ride. Let's expose the truth together, and reminder, don't send money to anyone on TikTok.
Wrong. I hope he took the kids with him so that his wife isn't having to deal with 3 children having had surgery yesterday or day before. Anyway, I would be really mad at him if he... my face does not bend that way. Thank you. If you don't want to be in the sun, you need to get on the other side of the car. The sun is over here. There's nothing I can do about it. But I got myself where roadside assistance can come and work on the car. When they're about 20 minutes out, I will get out and move the stuff from the back of the car to the back seat so they can get the tire out. Not looking forward to doing that because my back is killing me already. It's just one of those freaking days. I should know by now if things are going great. Don't comment on it, because you'll jinx it every single freaking time. I'm putting cool water, not cold water, on his belly just to help him cool down a little bit. And the bottom of his paws, the ones I can reach. He's carefully holding his paws away from me. 3:32 is when they approximated the arrival. By the way, Dr. Pepperflow, Matt, come back in with your other name so I can go ahead and reinstate that name too with a moderator, unless you only want to mod with this one. Flat tire, Babs. Not just flat. We're talking shredded. St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg. St. Pitifulsburg. It was going great right up until the flat tire. I even made the poor girl who was looking so sad happier. I made her smile. Sometimes just acknowledging that someone's having a bad day and letting them know that you see them and you care is a big, help. And I had $1 bill in my wallet. So I gave her that $1 bill to make her day better. I said, if I had more, I would have given you more. She's like, no, this is just so sweet. Thank you. So I haven't even eaten my burger salad yet. It's sitting here. somehow my appetite went away with the flat tire. I was going to eat it before going into Target because I thought I was going to be sitting in Target for a couple hours while waiting for my friend to get back from her appointment. And I didn't make it to Target. Damn it. I realized I had a flat. I felt the thunk, the thunk, the thunk, the thunk. It wasn't super obvious, but it was obvious, if you know what I mean. Back tires are never as, you don't feel it as much. And you don't feel the blowout either. Not like you do on the front tires. I have tea, he has water. And we're sitting right outside of a gas station, so I can go inside, and luckily I have $40 on my PayPal. It was supposed to go to other things, but it looks like it's going to go to a tire and other stuff. Michael is not in town. Michael is in Pensacola until Friday. I mean, not Pensacola, Jacksonville until Friday. So, no, they're not. He said the tires were new on the car when he gave it to me in February. The back tires were. And it's a back tire that blew. And I mean, it didn't just blow. It blew. It's shredded. So there is the donut in the trunk. So they can put that on, and I may just drive back to the hotel with that and hang out at the hotel for the next few days until Michael gets back in town and can give me some of the money that he owes me. And then I'll go buy a tire. I have one poodle. His name is Heimdall, hence the name, Heimdall, toy poodle. He's 3.5 years old. Next, Friday? Friday will be the 3rd? Yeah, next Friday. Oh, 4th of July will be on the weekend for once. Awesome. It is hot, and there's nothing we can do about it. We are stuck in the sunlight with a flat tire. Flat tires are not something you can predict. Who knows? I could have run over something that shredded it. I don't know. Road hazards, the potholes in St. Pete are getting worse every day. Who knows? All I know is I got 4 of my 6 projects done before the tire went flat. Birds, that's technically what mine should be, but I didn't leave the R on. That is the proper spelling in Norse for Heimdall, with the R at the end. No, the tread wasn't. Hang on. Okay, you're going to hear him go psycho puppy on me because I'm going to open the door of the car and I'm not taking him with me. Back over there. Thank you. That pavement is way too hot for your sweet little paws. I know. Yep. Drama King alert. Drama King alert. Okay. Shoot, I can't see the screen. Okay. Flip camera. There we go. See, this one treads just fine. tread just fine. Tire, massive holes in it from going flat. No clue why. Don't know what I went over to make it go bad, other than the fact that the heat index has been pushing in the hundreds, and it could have just made the tire go bad. Just, shit happens kind of thing. Well, while I'm standing up, let's move some stuff to the back seat. That we can toss over. That I can toss over. The rest, not so much. Whoops. Ah! No! No litter. No litter. Okay. I can't see. There we go. Flip camera back. There we go. All right. We are going to do this. Hopefully that'll hold. Y'all can see me when I get in the back. Heimdall, you stay there. No jumping out. Okay. Ah! Two. And yeah, y'all can see me. Sort of. Okay. Okay. That's good. Alrighty. Oh, crap. I had this right here and I forgot to hand it to Sue. I have no brain. No brains whatsoever. All right. So, when he gets here, the trunk is open for him. Yep, it's a donut. It's a tiny tire. I like tiny tots, I don't know. And there is a jack in here. Though, they probably won't use the jack, they'll use the truck. Because that's much more secure. Okay. My back seat is now full. But we are ready for roadside assistance now. Oh, would be better if I hadn't shredded a tire. I made the mistake of... Hold on. I had the mistake of saying, this day is going great. Yeah,
The other day, I probably hit a curve I couldn't handle.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I destroyed my tire, but the room was fine, thankfully, because I was stopped right away. I smacked it on his side. You're in a great place to be stranded because you can get whatever you want here.
Exactly. Exactly.
Noble in Pinellas Park.
Noble
Mechanics in Pinellas Park. Don't call the Clearwater one. I don't know who.
Okay.
Noble Mechanics in Pinellas Park. I just use them as the same owners. They will not rip you off.
What's the location?
Pinellas Park. They're off of 49th. Do you have AAA or anything?
I have Geico's roadside assistance. They can put the donut on and I can drive it there.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so Google them. They're right up on 49th Street.
Okay.
Right about across from here. Exactly, but you can't get across this way.
I totally understand.
So just up from
Take Park Boulevard the whole way and...
go Park Boulevard up 49th and you'll see them on the left.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
The black sign with the white.
Do they have used tires?
Girl, no one sells used tires anymore.
Yeah, they do.
Not any good tire people. Okay, I got a brand new tire. Okay, first of all, they made sure to check and balance the rim. They will not screw you, I promise.
Okay.
You. That's why I use them.
The problem is I don't have any money. I'm literally living either in hotels or my car.
I feel you. Are you a flood victim?
Sort of. Not the flood, but the one after. Destroyed.
Oh,
Milton did damage to my trailer, and I couldn't get it fixed.
And FEMA fucked you, right?
And, well, they gave me some, but it wasn't enough.
Fucked us all. It
wasn't enough to do the work.
I'm homeless too, and I just moved back on my property, and they were literally, don't work with endeavors. They tried to steal my house.
Yeah.
They set me up with a fucking 80-foot trailer. I can't use it because it's winterized. It's hot as fuck.
Oh, dear.
The power doesn't work. I got a power install. They tried to steal everything. They tried to fucking go nuts.
Yeah.
I have to go down to the city and discreetly find somebody who's not a nut job and tell them that, hey, these assholes put a lock on my water meter. I can't even turn it on to get it to work.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But anyway, on to get it to work.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to go to Home Depot later. Because I have a full, power install now for a trailer to get it to work.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to go to Home Depot later. Because I have a full, power install now for a trailer.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to go to Home Depot later. Because I have a full, power install now for a trailer.
Uh-huh.
So I can get a converter. Install now for a trailer.
Uh-huh.
So I can get a converter.
We'll be here in 10 minutes. He got done with the job he was on sooner than expected. So, good thing I got out and emptied the trunk when I did. Whew. I'm over hot. Oh, holy smokes. 5 minutes outside of the car and I feel like I've been standing in a freaking sauna. And that lady was so sweet trying to help me, but she was smoking, and the smoke has got my eye just absolutely tearing like crazy. I know, Heimdall. I know. It's so hot. I totally get it. Here. I'll let the fan blow on you for a minute. Don't let the sun go down on me. Don't let the sun... Actually, let the sun go down. Let's have a solar eclipse. That would really help right now. Oh, not as long as I thought. They're going to be here in 10 minutes. They said 3:32, and it's going to be more like 2:32 that he gets here. Exactly. Let the sun go down. Give me some shade. Sadly, where I am sitting, north is that way, south is that way, east is that way, west is that way. So the sun is over the top of my car and coming this way, coming in my side window. So we are going to expire from heat shortly. And I swear to God, this guy who works at Wawa's looks exactly like a friend of mine from Virginia. And I keep wanting to shout, Trey, what are you doing here? And it's not Trey, but he looks just like him. Yeah, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Yeah, it went from comfortable to an oven really fast. And I'm going to have to shower and wash my hair again tonight because, holy smokes, I'm sweating. Not where I'm sitting. And I need to be here for him to be able to change the tire. So I'm screwed until the tire's changed. And it's a donut. So I'm really thinking I'm going to drive back to the hotel with the donut. And I'm going to wait till Friday when Michael gets back. Because I don't have the money for a tire right now. $40 is not enough. So it's just not in any... He said he'd be here in 10 minutes. And luckily, I got out and moved everything out of the trunk of the car. So, oh dear. Well, join the Not My Day Club, huh? And here he comes. He got here in 6 minutes. And he may tell me I have to get out of the car for him to jack it up and put the tire on. He came with a flatbed. I hope he isn't thinking he's going to tow me somewhere. Please don't think you're going to tow me somewhere. I don't want to be towed. First off, I can't get in and out of their trucks. It's just... I need a step ladder. They're so tall. Oh dear, I think he's going to lift me. Yeah. The spare looked okay, but it's a donut. So.
How you doing?
Well, I was having a great day, and I made the mistake of saying, "What a great day!" And then all of a sudden, I felt and I went, "What the hell?" And then I said, "Oh shit." Yeah, and then when I got out and looked at it, it is shred. Yeah, it's a holy mess, literally.
Yeah, I see.
There is the donut in the trunk.
Okay, so change the tire or you want me to tow it?
Change the tire. I don't have the money to get a new tire until Friday when my friend gets back in town.
I'll go ahead and pull over so I won't block the traffic.
Awesome sauce. Thank you. I may have to put you all on hold for a minute so I can show them. Oh, no, I think No, I don't have a printout of my Geico card. I don't think I do. No, I know I don't. I think I can. I don't. But it's on the phone, so I can show them my card really fast. Oh, him pulling up next to me will give me some shade. Maybe? No, not enough. He's on the wrong side for shade. Duh. Should have known that. Well, I did it through the app, so the card is verified, but they always want to see it anyway. So, or usually. He may ask to see my driver's license, if nothing else. And it's right here, so. I had a nice conversation with the guy at Social Security about the fact that I have the veteran on my driver's license. And he said, "You have an honorable discharge?" "Yeah." He says, "Then the veteran belongs on your driver's license." Huh? Yeah, and that latch is, it's open, but it'll fall off in your hand. Yes, please go right ahead. Just carefully. There he goes. See what I mean? Those little plastic plugs snapped. The heat of the summer. Yeah. He's changing the tire. And hopefully I don't have to get out of the car, but if I have to, this Wawa still has their tables. So, that's a good thing. Oh, not just flat, shredded. He is panting heavily. We both are panting heavily. There is nothing we can do about it. We are in a confucta situation that's, flat tire is a flat tire is a flat tire, and there are storm clouds coming in, and hopefully they're actually coming this way and not that way, because that would help. So far, nothing, because I have insurance. This is roadside assistance through my insurance company. But since being homeless, this is the second time I've had to call them. We may go inside to walk around, because outside the pavement is bazillion degrees. His little feet would get broiled. There's no grass. None. There's no grass. There are planters and concrete and bricks. I've had Geico's. He has a cup of water. I have tea lemonade. I'd finished off my water about an hour before I stopped at McDonald's. So I will stop somewhere and buy a gallon of water before I go home. Oh, and I've got to get my Manjaro from Canada. Yeah, best laid plans of mice and men today. And I'm going to need the concierge card to get everything out of the back seat of the car. But you're an asshole, because I was military. It is not stolen valor. The guy at Social Security said it. He's a veteran himself. He said, that is not stolen valor. He says, you went in, you tried to go, you were a year in delayed entry, you volunteered, you made a commercial, you did a whole bunch of stuff long before going active duty. So I had it. I wish I did, but that was back in 1977 that I made the commercial. I remember I was wearing my cute little pink jumper promoting the delayed entry program because that was very popular in the 70s. And it was a 45-second commercial. And, Heimdall says, what the? Because I was 17 when I went on the delayed entry program. I was in junior year in high school, and I went active duty the following summer when I graduated. So yeah, the commercial was on WTOG 44, which was a local UHF TV channel. I know a lot of you younger people don't know what the hell UHF is, but anyway, used to be UHF and VHF. Anyhow, hi Heimdall. I went active duty in 78 and sadly discharged the same year. Oh, good for her, Karen. That's awesome. I would have done that if I could have. When your dog is super hot, don't let them guzzle water because that will cause them to bloat. So what I'm doing is just sticking my fingers in the water and letting him lick it off my fingers. So he's not getting bloated. He's not over, but it's cooling his tongue down. Oh, no. WD-40? I don't. I could go into Wawa's and see if they have it. Okay, let me, okay. We're on the tires are, the bolts are rusted on. So, we are making an inside run. Okay. No, he didn't have WD-40 on his truck. Not everybody does these days. All right, Heimdall, get on my shoulder because I am not letting your paws touch the ground here. Oh, dear sweet Jesus. I'm leaving the keys in the car, so. Okay. Oh, I believe it. All the rain we've had in the past year, I'm sure. Yeah. I will, I'll go and see if they have WD-40. Is there anything else that will work besides that?
I don't even know if that'll work, to be
Yeah, that was my dad's go-to, so we'll see. Okay. All right, I can set you down here because we're out of the.
So yeah, I wanted to tell you it's $119 still holding tire.
Yeah, I don't have that. I've got
What
barely
do you need?
40.
I can give you some cash.
No, that's okay. Thank you, though. I have a friend who owes me money, and
Okay,
he gets back in
great.
town on Friday, so I'm just going to get him to put the donut on,
Oh yeah, you'll
go
be
back to
good.
my hotel, and wait till Friday.
Yeah, you'll be great.
So,
I've done that before.
get your feet off the heat. Off the heat. Thank you. Oh, it is too freaking hot. Armor All, cleaning wipes, tire inflator. Oh, that's not going to work. Injector cleaner, 2-cycle oil, Valvoline. No WD-40. Crap. Okay, I gotta let y'all go because I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. No, this came from Timu. Um, all right, wear yourself down, please. I'm not. He's getting himself all worked up, and then he's grabbing my arm and trying to hump my arm. He's really excited tonight. Yeah, I got new to me, used tire. So there's a tire on the car that works. He's hyper tonight. Yes, he's very hyper. I'm sure getting the healthy, freeze dried food and stuff that he gets makes him even more energetic. So it got fixed. The tow truck guy was the sweetest man ever. And that is not the real Anna Grace. Block. So anyway, yeah, it wasn't just flat. It was holes all the way around the side. I kind of wonder if somebody slashed my tire. Because it was fine. It was perfectly fine, and it was perfectly fine, and it was perfectly, and then, oh God, no, it wasn't. Thumpity, thumpity, thumpity. And of course, by the time I got to Wawa's, I'd driven on it far enough that that's what finished the shred. All right, already. Okay, no, I don't want your tongue in my mouth. Anna Grace is very defensive of me, and they have decided to go after her equally. So I have no clue how I got the holes in my sidewall, but I have a feeling somebody, my tire. I don't know when. I don't need kisses tonight. Seriously, calm yourself down, child. You are wound for sound. Yeah, I've been thinking about it all afternoon. Actually, the guy from the tow truck said this is not a normal how this shredded. So the other thing that I can think is it has been blisteringly hot, and maybe that tire just had a weakness, and the heat caused it to fall apart. He is fine, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine, and then he gets wound for sound. And I swear it's because he eats so fucking healthy. I mean, single ingredient freeze-dried chicken hearts. Single ingredient beef liver cubes. His dog food is, I think the one he's eating right now is beef, but it's freeze-dried. And then the kibble is a gently baked kibble made for small dogs, so it's little tiny nuggets. And again, limited ingredient. So there are, yeah, Anna Grace is being, like me, we're both getting targeted. So like me, she is, well, I'm dealing with my issues, right? Being homeless and stuff. She's got her husband in, hospice care at this point, and a huge amount of medical bills. And he's a retired police officer. And she's a retired nurse. And life has, hit hard like it's doing to all of us. And so they've decided that the fact that she spends so much time in my lives instead of at the nursing home with him, that she's lying, that she's a grifter like me. That's their assumption, that I'm a grifter. So they're now attacking her the same way they are me. And it's absolutely ridiculous, and I wish people would just leave both of us the hell alone. But, you put yourself out there on the internet, you get the crazies along with he's making me feel a little crazy tonight. What you haven't seen is this has been going on for 2.5 hours, climbing in my arms and licking me incessantly. And I know part of it is because we both had a hot afternoon in the car, and he got a little bored, but though he got to ride in a tow truck, and that was kind of cool, Mom. And he tried to leap out of the tow truck before I was even, getting situated to step down the steps. And I freaked because, of course, the leash left my hand, and we were 10 feet from a very busy road, and all I could see was him going splat. And he listened for once, and he stayed right there and let the tow truck guy pick up his leash and pick him up and put him back in the truck. And then I got down, and then he was allowed to get out. I said, I told you to wait. I was just so eager, Mom. Anyhow, I love you dearly, but oh my God. While we sat there waiting for the tow truck, I did manage to grind his nails down a bit more. So, yes. Are they short yet? No. But are they a little bit shorter? Yes. Yes, I got a new to me used tire for $40. That's what I had in my PayPal. And so the money I was going to use to go buy incontinence underwear and a few other things went to a tire instead. So hopefully when Michael gets back in town on Friday, if he comes back on Friday, he better come back on Friday, his poor wife. Yeah. We're a little peeved at this man for his wife just had surgery on Monday and he decides to leave her with the 3 small children and go with his parents to Jacksonville to visit cousins. Yeah. I'm like, this is not what you do when your wife has had abdominal surgery and she can't hold the 1-year-old baby in her arms right now because she's had abdominal surgery. It was a laparoscopic, but even so, yeah. Just like, I know. No, not a tummy tuck. She had the, she's been chasing around 3 very small children for the oldest is 6. The middle one is 3 and the youngest is 1. And she has not lost any of the baby fat. And so several of her family members have had the gastric sleeve and has done really well with it. So she decided to do it too because her numbers were off and she needs to get her weight down. So her mom is there and helping. But I mean, her mom is my age or a little bit older. So I pity the poor woman because the 2 youngest are at that, no to everything and picking up everything and trying to put everything in the mouth. All of those phases from 2 of them. And the youngest wants to be carried all the time. She's constantly got him on her hip and she can't do that now that she's had the surgery. Yeah, they're little spitfires. They are adorable. I absolutely love these 3 children, but they would wear me out in 10 minutes flat. They are so cute. But, and I love Michael and his wife just 100%. I just wish he would get his situation straightened out so he could start paying me again. It is a lot. My brother and his wife have one grandchild, and they have her 2 days a week. And Joe says it's about killing them. So, of course, Annette fell and broke her hip or her femur, I forget which, but she was laid up for about 6 months. So that's not helping them at all. She's still recovering from that. So, Karen, I hope that you let them skate and you sat on the sidelines and watched and didn't try to be the cool grandma and get out there and injure yourself. I had a really good friend. She thought she was athletic. She got out, she skated for years. Oh, this will be no problem. She got out there, fell and broke her wrist. She was only like 52. She wasn't super older grandma, but yeah. Anyhow, we are more brittle when we get older. So, Michelle, my belle. And I don't remember the French, but it's something like Contre nous de la triste Michelle, my Michelle. I skated for years and I gave it up when I fell and broke my hand. So, and I was in my 20s when I did that. Of course,
it didn't help that somebody knocked me over after he copped a feel and then roller skated over the top of my hand as he was passing me by. So that's how the hand got broken. But yeah, anyhow. Yeah, I fell in a sinkhole and compression fractured 5 vertebrae, all 5 lumbar. So, yeah, I used to be a good singer. Now I'm an okay. I try really hard. Oh yeah, he got a good grip on both butt cheeks and then knocked me over. He was grabbing girls' boobs and asses and whatever, and I was not the only one who got injured by him. But he did not get into trouble because he was the owner of the roller skating rink's son. So, yeah, he got away with absolute garbage. That doesn't mean that my then husband at the time didn't try to beat the crap out of him for grabbing his wife. So, anyhow. Oh no, Melanie. Oh, I had a friend who did that, tried to ride a skateboard and was not, yeah. Landed flat on their back and cracked their coccyx. That's the tailbone for people who don't know. There's always a Karen. Life is full of Karens, you know? I bet you did, Melanie. Ouch. I just, thinking about it makes me cringe in pain. Let me tell you. A 2-year-old, not 3? Love Bears, are you Sonata? Wife, mom, Mimi. No. Sonata's not a Mimi yet. You're literally grounded from it. I have till Monday here. Okay. I haven't heard too many Jennifers that were, well, except for possibly I don't know any Jennifers in my life. I know Jennifer actresses, Aniston, J-Lo, you know, but I don't have too many Jennifers in my life. Jeannies, lots of Jeannies. I've had tons of Jeannies. My favorite cousin is Jeannie. I want you to know he's given up on being up here and licking, and he is going to town on my left leg. Ankle and calf. And I'm sitting here trying not to jump and scream. I'm actually going to try and extend my stay here because I get paid next week from Social Security, and I've got that $160 coming to me from the gift the other day. Actually, it's almost up to $200 that's on there. I am not frozen. I've got perfect signal. So, all right, enough. Absolutely enough. That leg is soggy. I didn't see Mrs. Newman come in. Okay, that's the second person to say I'm frozen. Way up Rose. Okay, I didn't see her. I'm not frozen. Good for me. Yeah, Sam's Club, poof, there goes your check. You know, I've got a membership at BJ's because I got it for $15 and back before I lost my home. But I can't see getting Sam's and Costco because living out of my car, I don't have a lot of room for a lot of stuff, and everything you buy there is in big, bulk. The gas is cheaper, but I can get the gas with my Walmart Plus membership at Sam's Club. So that doesn't affect me. I can go if I have money on my debit card. That's the problem. But yeah, exactly. Why would I need all three? But I mean, the only reason I got BJ's is because I got a $15 discount. I wanted to see if they had the Manchego cheese. They do. And I can get the big block of Manchego cheese. The only problem is, why would I be using the big block of Manchego cheese when I half the time don't have refrigeration? Which is why I want to stay in this room as long as I can, because I have a refrigerator and an actual stove and I can cook here. It's so easy to do. It is so easy to do. I went into BJ's and I allowed myself to buy two things, the Manchego cheese and the frozen goat meat, stew meat. And I really should have cooked it in the slow cooker. I did not. I cooked it in one of the hot pots and it came out tough. I know better. I will do it in the slow cooker next time. I don't know. This was, somebody gave me a week here using their points from their credit card. So I didn't have to pay anything. And it was all paid for when I got here. I just had to check in. So I know that I'm going to have to pay whatever the room rate is plus $25 a night for pet fee. So, because he's not a service dog. The guy at Social Security was like, "Is he a service dog?" And I said, "ESA." And he says, "Okay, let me ask this again. Is he a service dog?" And I looked at him and I said, "Yeah, sure, right." And he says, "There you go. Good answer." He says, "He's small, he's quiet. I'm not worried about him." But he says, I have to refuse if you say he's not a service dog. So I said, "Yeah, sure, right." So they were very, very nice at Social Security. The guy who got my paperwork for me, it was like, you get a number and you sit there and you wait until they call your number. It's just like the DMV. And so I sat there and I waited and I waited. And I knew there were 3 windows right behind me that were open. But no, I didn't get the 3 windows that were right there. I got the one all the way down a long hall. It was the last number on the hall. And I was just like, "You made me work for this, didn't you?" And he started laughing. So, anyway, he was very, very nice. And he asked to see ID and looks at my ID and said, "Thank you for your service," because it has veteran on my card. And I said, "I want to ask you a question." I said, "I did not ask them to put that on my card. They put it there because the only way they agreed to my name being on the card, the way I spell it, was it's on my honorable discharge papers." And he said, "Were you in the service?" I said, "For 6 whole weeks." And he said, "Do you have a DD-214? I said, "I had one until it got lost in a move." And he says, "But you had a DD-214. You have an honorable discharge." "Yes, I do." "Then you're a veteran." He says, "That's how they're classifying it now." I went, "Okay, thank you." But I asked him, and he said, I was, ooh, love bears. Brown recluse spiders absolutely terrify me. My dad got bit by one And it in 2 days, when they figured out what bit him, he had a big on the back of his leg that had to be debrided and cleaned out, big hole, because that's what they do. It dissolves your tissue. It's not it's not like a mosquito bite or something. They deposit like an acid that dissolves your tissue to make it easier for them to slurp up. Gross, right? But that's what they do. And it was in his closet, and he went and put on a pair of pants and kind of went oof, and didn't notice it. 2 days later, Mom said, "Donald, what is?" to the doctor's office, and they had to carefully clean it up and save as much of the tissue as they could. They're better, Goldie. I used the grinder on it today, so we're doing it about every other day, trying to get them down. Yes, I did know we had black widows in Florida and brown recluse spiders and everything else, and these big, huge fruit spiders that come in with the banana shipments from Jamaica that are gray and black and have a little bit of yellow markings, and they look like tarantulas that are striped, and they're like this big. Okay, I might exaggerate this much on the size of them, but they're freaking large and terrify me. So, yeah. I was very groggy one morning at Aunt Priscilla's house. This was back in 1980-ish. And one of the times that we stayed with Aunt P. And I was the first one to get up, and whoever got up first had to go and stoke the fire in the wood-burning stove that was sitting out in the living room, because we cooked breakfast on it. So I was heading towards the stove to put a couple of logs in, or small chunks, not a huge wood-burning stove, and felt something go like this under my foot. And I took a step back, looked down, and started to scream like a scream queen from the horror movies. And Aunt Priscilla came running out, saw the thing on the ground, and said, "Oh, for pity's sake!" And she grabbed a broom and smacked it and shoved it out the door before the dogs could get to it. Okay. I thought I had that person blocked. Anyway, we all have our whatever you call it, our fear, we draw the line. Mine is spiders, and it's because when I was 3 years old and my brothers dropped me down the hill and I broke my ankle and I couldn't get away from the spider coming down the tree. Phobia, thank you, that's the word. And I am arachnophobic, horrendously arachnophobic. On the other hand, I've had pet rats multiple times over the years. In grade school, I brought home the class rats for the summer. And later on, I had hooded rats that I raised. And so rats do not bother me. Now, wild rats, I'm not happy about them, but I'm not, screaming and climbing the furniture like my mom would do. But yeah, I had pet rats when I was a kid. I also had a pet snake. I had a boa constrictor. I tried to bring home a grass snake when I was a kid, and it was in the pocket of my t-shirt, and it stuck its head out as I walked past Mom, and Mom shrieked and passed out cold, and I was like, "Ooh, maybe I should go and let you loose back outside." So we did not keep the pet snake. No, I've had hamsters. I've had rats. I've had mice. I've had I ran a pet shop, so I took care of ferrets and skunks, and I've always wanted a pet raccoon. Always wanted a pet raccoon. We'll never have one, but they're just so freaking cute. I love raccoons. Anyway, but the song "I Don't Like Spiders and Snakes." I don't like spiders. I like snakes. Snakes are cool. Not super crazy about armadillos, only because as a prank at summer camp, someone stuck an armadillo in my bedroll with me. I woke up to Mama Armadillo curled up in my bedroll. And have you ever seen the claws on those things? Yeah. I was not happy. I very carefully lifted the side of my bedroll and I let her escape. Did you see him on the bed? Thud. We're going out one more time, so I haven't taken his harness off yet tonight. Now, I've had pet frogs and water newts. I had a fire newt in a fishbowl on my bedside table for years. I remember I was taking a nap and the little fishbowl was sitting next to my bed on the bedside table. And I don't know what made me do it. I had a premonition and I reached over and went like this and caught the fishbowl as it went flying off the table. The military was doing flybys, testing some new jet, and it created a sonic boom, and the boom made the fishbowl slide off the table. He does not have fleas. I have gotten rid of that. He does have long hair, and it tends to get little dreads, especially behind his ears. So we have to deal with that. I just gave him a shave, but he's still got the phantom itchies from the dreads. Anyhow. You were such a character. My entire life I've had long nails. Just always, even as a small child, my nails have always grown. My mom hated that because her nails would just barely get past the end of her finger and split and crack and break real low. And I had long nails. They break. Look at this hand. They do break, but more on the right hand than the left because I'm predominantly right-handed. But the entirety of my leg is getting licked. It's just... Okay, you. Yeah, we got to go take the concierge cart out to the car and get the rest of our stuff. I was exhausted. Yeah, and I'm highly ticklish, so yeah. And I'm trying really hard not to just go when he does it. Ball. He just set it in my lap and pushed it. It does this much. I mean, some of it is it's not I don't dislike it. I just wish it was not quite so excessive. And I make him stop when he gets excessive, and then he starts bringing me the ball again. So you notice he's not tick, 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 ticking quite as loud. The nails are trimmed down. We're working on it. Of course, he'll always tippity, but just, we've got it down. Yeah, it's for small dogs, it's soothing for them and for us to some degree. For him, it's helping him sense what's going on with me. No, I don't need a recommendation for a clipper. I have a grinder and I'm taking them down gently so that I don't damage his quick. Clipping causes them to get micro cracks all along the nail, and it's more painful for them. So my ex-husband Russell was mostly bald, and yeah, our dog would sit there and just lick the top because he sweated like crazy and a lot of salt on the top of his head. Actually, Jaslyn, most small dogs do. They're brown. They're dark brown. They're not clear. Come here. Come here. Come here for a second. Well, if you want me to throw the ball, you can't back away from me, dope. Did it just... No, it didn't. I thought for a second it bounced into the tub. Are you aware that this place is really well insulated? I can't hear anything from any of the other, and there are several dogs around me. So, and guys in work boots. Anyhow. I would prefer it if he would play with the other ball, not this one. But this is the one he really likes because it makes him think harder. Because it doesn't bounce normally. No. Yeah, I actually reheated my spaghetti from last night because I had enough for tonight's dinner left over. I made quite a bit of the pasta. So, yes, exactly. Heaven forbid even if the place has an elevator, if there's a fire, I'd have to take the stairs to get out of the building. And we all know I don't do stairs, especially not going down where vertigo would take over. So yeah, I always stay on the first floor. Why don't you bring me the other ball? Let's go with this one for a little bit. It doesn't make as much noise. But Mom, I want the other one. Kathy, if there's an elevator and there's a fire, they tell you, do not use the elevator in case of fire, use the stairs. And I can't climb stairs. So, yeah, we stay on the first floor. Would you stop? You are wound for sound. That ball, right there. Use this one. He says that's not as fun. But if I'm on a different floor, depending on an elevator to get me down, and there is a fire, I would have to use the stairs. Hence, I stay on the first floor. Come on, keep up. He would not return the other one. He says, I want my favorite ball. My doctor's office is one story. I don't have to worry about that. And if you're in a hospital and you're on a different floor, the hospital handles getting patients out. They don't make you go down the stairs on your own. So, he is just having way too much fun. Yeah, in nursing homes, if there's a fire in one section, they'll shut the fire doors and you don't have to evacuate in the other sections. You just stay in place unless they tell you to. But they have fire doors every, 200 feet in the building. Because where Mom was, they had the fire doors. Now, that doesn't mean the fire alarm isn't so loud that you want to get the hell out of the building just to get away from the alarm. It's loud. It's really loud. Me have a fire? No. Have I been in a building when the fire alarm's gone off? Oh, hell yes. So, both apartments and where my parents lived, and they would do, like every 5 months, they would do a safety check of the fire alarms and all the doors and stuff, because they had to make sure everything was working. So, and they lock down the elevators when that happens. They lock them down, which is why I don't ever live on the second or third floor. But Bailey, hi. No, Bailey, you just got yourself a block party. Someday, Matilda's going to piss off the wrong person and get their account banned for harassment. But anyway, Bailey made the mistake of quoting the Matilda, saying that my dog was for sale. He is not. He will never be. I am not one of those people who callously gets rid of their dog just because life is a little bit tough. Come here. Come here. Okay. They were asking what color your nails are. Can you all see? He's got dark nails. And they are much shorter because we ground them today. They're not short, but they're shorter. Oh, isn't that an adorable movie? Sadly, Matilda is not the adorable little girl from the movie. It's a very annoying adult who thinks they're super funny, and in reality, they're bullying jerks. No, not new. Damn it. Spaghetti sauce right there. But anyway. Would you stop? Where's your ball? There's your ball. I would rather you keep bringing me the ball and stop licking my leg. Thank you. He said, oh, okay. We've blocked most of the Matildas, but they send other people in from their page. Somewhere, when I go live, they stream me. My live on their page, and they mock me. So, and we have tried to get them in trouble for doing that because they're stealing my content doing that. And TikTok says, no content violation, because they don't see anything going wrong. So, yeah. Oh, the enrichment toy was enriching for about 15 minutes until he finished that off. And I'm not going to give him an excessive amount of treats or whatever. So he's just wound for sound tonight. We had a very long day in the car, though. Okay. I'm sorry, somebody is texting me saying, will you take $25? I've always wanted a toy poodle. Can't believe you're getting rid of him. I am not getting rid of him, you assholes. Sorry. Give me a moment. Pause. Craigslist saying that I'm selling my dog. No. He is my baby. He is my child. And you just got yourself a block party. Free Heimdall, my fucking ass. Because the person who started this was a neighbor of mine, and they had my phone number. And they're the ones who's posted it on the Reddit page along with my full name. And they're the ones who were telling people which hotel I was in for a while there. And I am so sick and tired of this. I have blocked them on my phone. I have blocked, but they come back with phony phone numbers. They robo numbers. So they are posting on their Reddit page and their pages on here that they're going to take Heimdall from me, and that they've called the cops, and that I'm going to get arrested because supposedly I'm going back into the trailer park and vandalizing. I haven't been back. I got evicted in January. I went back one time in April when the manager of the park called me to say a package had arrived for me, and I was to come straight to the office, wait for her to bring it to me, and then leave, which is what I did. I came to the office, I sat and waited. She handed me the package. I said, thank you very much. And I left. And that's the only time I've been in the park since leaving in January. And they said they've seen my car going through the park with the lift, my little pink lift light up sign lit up, and thinking that if I'm posing as a Lyft driver, nobody will suspect me. I'm sorry. It probably was a Lyft driver who dropped somebody off there. A lot of us have those little pink Lyft signs. I have not had one in my new car since I started driving it because it is not Lyft worthy. I haven't driven Lyft since February when my Kia Soul died. So, yeah, I'm not the only fucking Lyft driver. In fact, there's 4 people in the park who drive Kia Souls who drive Lyft and Uber. So, yeah. But they're determined that it's all me and that I'm coming in and vandalizing and that I scratched. Oh, God. Just the thought of somebody scratching Mike's gorgeous Corvette makes me cringe. Cringe. It is a beautiful classic car. I would never hurt a classic car. I love classic cars. Yeah. All this is going on, Jennifer. It's been a hell year. And I got evicted. And yes, my place was a complete and utter disaster area because first the rat invasion, then my health was not going well, and then the hurricane that damaged my place, and fuck you, I am not lazy, and Heimdall does not need to be freed, and excuse me, I need to go block another asshole. Anyhow, yes, the park, well, actually all of St. Pete, Pinellas County had a rat invasion 2 years ago. And it was really bad in our area because of road work, and they were doing work inside the park too. First, on our roads, they were putting in French drains to reduce flooding. And then something about, there's a natural spring under the park, and it was affecting something. I don't know, but they were digging holes and brought up more. And it didn't help that my place had easy access, and I was not home for 2 weeks taking care of my friend's dogs. And we got the rat invasion, and it was party at Rose's house because there was pasta and rice and all these different things that they could get into. And they pretty much destroyed my place. So anyhow, this particular neighbor came and dog sat for me one night because I had something to do and I couldn't take Heimdall with me. It was the first place that I have done anything in 3 years that I couldn't bring him with. And I had rat traps set up everywhere, and evidently one of them went off when she was there, and the rat did not die. It got a paw and like side of its face caught in the trap, but not the whole head or neck. And so when I got there, it was still making the trap bounce around, and it was huge. It was a really big one. And I handled it wrong for her. And I did not know, but she was holding that against me ever since. She never said a word. But anyhow, I trapped and killed like 53 in 4 weeks' time. And I thought the problem was done. And then the hurricane came, and the problem came back in spades. And then I had no air conditioning and no power in half of my trailer. And it just got worse and worse and worse. And I couldn't be inside. It was so freaking hot. And I have no idea. How I got rid of the rat pissed her off. So, no, I didn't abandon it, but it got to a point where the traps weren't working. The different solutions that people suggested did not work. It got Little Lovey, that's the best WWF belt. Heimdall caught and killed too when he was about 6 months old. Left one of them by my feet in the bed. I woke up to feeling something against my foot, and I sat up and looked down, and it was big. That's not including the tail. The tail was at least 13 inches long. Yeah, he left me a gift. Exactly. So somewhere in my phone, there is a picture of me holding that thing up by the tail going, before I threw it out. I think mine were more intelligent than most because early on, they ate an entire bag of brain gummies. They were lion's mane gummies. Never bit me. They also ate 3 bottles of what was the stuff that the doctors prescribed for getting rid of COVID? The medication. My doctor had me on it it's used for rheumatoid arthritis too. But anyway, she kept prescribing it. I was not taking it, and there were several bottles around. No, it wasn't ivermectin. It was something else. But anyway, I had several bottles of it, and they took the lids off and ate all of the pills. This was before Heimdall came home that they ate that. Plus 1 bottle of the antibiotics they give you when you have a kidney infection. I can't think of the name of that one either. But yeah, I had super rats. They gave themselves super genes. They ate a bottle of vitamin gummies, a bottle of an entire jar of mayonnaise. They ate into the jar and ate all the mayonnaise in it. I know which rat did that because he had the fattest butt for like 2 weeks. I kept seeing him. He was supersized, but anyway, it was awful. Anyhow, when I finally left, the place was a disaster. I moved out as much as I could in the time period that I had to clean my stuff out. I was given 24 hours to move my stuff out. It was fine if it was sitting in the carport because we couldn't get it all in one trip, but it couldn't be inside. They were going to lock the inside. So I got as much out as I could. And she said that I was laughing at the mess that I left behind. I was not laughing at the mess I left behind. I was cringing at the mess that was left behind. If I could have had 3 more days, I might have gotten more done, but I didn't. So we did what we could. And I actually had my friend take probably 20 bags of garbage to the dumpster before we had to stop because we were filling up the dumpster. But yeah, we got as much out as we could. And it's all in my storage spot. So, and they went in and took pictures afterwards and posted them all over Reddit and, you know, calling me all kinds of names. And anyway, not intentionally a hoarder, but that's how it looked in the end. And I hate that. Those pics were embellished upon. It was not as bad as they made those pics out to be. Yeah, I was evicted. I literally came home from driving someone to Ocala. And I got home from Ocala at 8 o'clock at night to find the eviction notice on the door saying that I had to be out by 12:22 the next day. And luckily the police did not come by 12:22 and we just kept packing. And we took 2 U-Haul loads to my storage spot along with my car and Ken's car and Danette's car. So we took a lot. And regretfully, Ken loaded some stuff into the storage spot that was not supposed to be in the storage spot, and it's all the way in the back and I can't get to it, and it's my blood pressure cuff, my blood sugar monitor, the thing you do your blood sugar test with, and about half of my medications are in a bag at the very back, and I can't get to them. So I owned the trailer, I did not own the lot, and they kept raising the lot rent and I couldn't afford it anymore. It went up to $950 a month and I get $1,100 a month in disability. And I was not driving much last year because of the heat. I was so exhausted from heat. And every time I got in my car and got the air conditioner running, my body went, oh, we can relax now. And I would try to fall asleep. And I'm not going to drive Lyft while falling asleep. So, yeah, the air conditioning saga is over. I wasn't there to tell him where to put stuff, no, because I was still loading stuff back at the trailer. So, no, they did. Well, I don't know when they left it on my door. But I did not have 24 hours, so I no longer owned it when they went inside and took all the pictures and stuff. No, the park takes it as collateral for what you owe them. So it was very difficult. We put a lot of stuff in the carport. We got everything but my freezer chest off the carport that night. And Ken and Danette went early the next day with a trailer, and they loaded up the freezer chest and my washer and took them to Danette's house. So, yeah, we haven't talked lately. We go months without talking, so that's not unusual. They did not tear it down. They completely gutted it and rebuilt. The guy who lived behind me got his church group to help him clean it out, and then they completely gutted and remodeled it. And it went up for sale for $21,000. I paid $11,000 for it. So the owner of the park tried to talk me into selling it a year after I moved in. Not even a year. It was literally 8 months after I moved in. He was trying to talk me into selling it and moving out. So, yeah. It was never a really comfortable fit with the owners of the park. No, I have not seen it since it's been remodeled, other than the pictures that were posted on I cannot remember the name of there is a real estate site for mobile homes. It's on there. It was on there. It has been sold. The owner of the park passed away, and his sons took over. And the sons didn't like anyone who was on limited income. And if you were not one of the good old boys, single women especially were picked on. Yeah, I think it was listed on Zillow too. But I lived there 6 years. I moved in May of 2020 and moved out January of this year. So it was not quite a full 6 years. I bought it in April, but the closing didn't happen until May 1st. So and I've been just 2 months. By the time the eviction happened, I was behind 3 months. But I didn't get my Social Security check in October, so that didn't help things at all. And I didn't... by the time November's check came around, I was so overdrawn that I only got like $500 of it. So it was a combination of things. I lost my annuity that I'd been getting for 10 years. Well, it was a 10-year annuity, and it ran out in September. $182. You would think that would make a big difference, but it did. I didn't work all summer because of the heat. And, well, I did, but very infrequently, not enough to really make ends meet. And never have figured out why I didn't get that one Social Security check. I never got a clear answer, other than the fact that was right when the government shutdown happened. And I think I fell through the cracks of it. But anyway, I had a very bad year last year, and this year is not shaping up quite the way I was hoping. I'm trying to get my TikTok shop making enough money that I can survive for the next 6 months until I hopefully get into that senior low-income housing. As soon as I have $2,500, the van is mine. They are holding on to it for me. So that's the news on the van. They're very, very nice. They had bought it for a family member who got to use it precisely once after they got it all fixed up for her. And she got a cancer diagnosis and died within 6 weeks. It was very fast. So they have a fifth wheel. They don't need this adorable little van, but they're willing to hold on to it for me until I can afford it. I'm hoping to thing at the beginning of next month, but I don't know that I'll be able to. We'll see what happens. No, I'll probably keep the van because I'll need something to get around in anyway. It's only a Toyota van. It's not a big, huge van. It's small. And it will be a way for me to be able to have little vacations. So, van, they're asking $2,500 for it. So, they were left behind. It was chickpeas. It was not beans. It was chickpeas. But I'm hoping we'll see what happens. It's, what did they say? 2005 with 130,000 miles on it. It had one owner before them, and he barely drove it because he was, he drove it to church and grocery and, minimal driving. And they completely converted it to be it is a minivan. It has a bed. Her husband completely remodeled it with a bed, a sink, a little cook stove, a refrigerator. It has everything that I would need, and I could travel in it and always have a place to sleep. So, and it has solar panels that he converted for it, so it can store energy on a battery during the day, and it has air conditioning that runs off that battery at night. So the van is perfect for me. I just need to come up with $2,500, and I don't know how I'm going to earn it. But in the meantime, I got to survive this heat, which is not great. It has a toilet. It doesn't have a shower. So go to any Planet Fitness or whatever, and because it has an air conditioner that can be run on the solar power, I can leave it with the air conditioner running and Heimdall in the van and know that he's safe. He's not going to get heat stroke or anything. And I can run in and exercise, shower, and come back out, take a half hour or whatever. Because my exercising consists of riding a recumbent bike, because that's the only equipment that I can use that I won't injure myself on. It's a 2005. It's not huge. It has 2 captain chairs up front and the bed and stuff in the back. So it's not, it's been completely converted over to be something you live in. They said it's got a 6-cylinder, I believe. So it does use a little more gas than a 4, but it's a Toyota, and Toyotas are really good on gas. It's exactly what I need, exactly. I would be crouching, but I would be able to move around in it, yes. I don't know if it's a Sienna or what, I don't remember. Lori, not really. I have a friend who does Toyota repairs, and they charge me for the parts and nothing else. They're really good. So I used to have a Toyota. So yeah, actually the top 3 older vehicles to have now, Toyota's like number 2. So I had a Toyota Corolla liftback. It was a 1979. I drove it for 7 years. I put 300,000 miles on that car. And it just ran and ran and ran and ran and ran. The worst problem I had with it was flat tires. And that was because shit happens. I do love showers, but the shower is the least important thing going in the vehicle. Having a refrigerator and a toilet is the most important. Well, the bed is the most important, but the shower is the least important of the things that I need. I can get that elsewhere. So, yeah. And on the road, you can go to any, Lovey's truck stop, and they have showers. So anyway, I have been on here an hour and 23 minutes, and I'm reaching that. Ooh, I gotta go pee. I don't know that the biggest thing you have to do is make sure you get oil changes every 3 months. And that's the easiest thing to do. So she ran the engine is pristine. Oh my God, it looks gorgeous. She ran the engine for me, and she videoed her husband driving it to show me how well it drove. And so I know that it's in good shape and it runs well. So no, because it's over in Jacksonville, which is 5 hours away, 130,000 miles. So very low mileage for the age of the car. Right now, yes, she will hold it for me. She wants me to get out of living in the Jeep. And once I know that I'm buying it, I will sell the Jeep, and that will get me part of the money, or at least the money for gas and stuff, and getting the tags changed and all of that. It'll probably lower my taxes, not my taxes, my insurance too, because it's an older vehicle and Toyotas are more reliable, so insurance will go down some. I'm not going to ask her about making payments. I don't want to put myself in that situation. I don't know. Yeah, your tag that you renew every year, that's your personal property tax. So that's like $55, $65 every year. And I have handicap plates, so I pay a little, I think $10 more for the wheelchair on the plate. The Jeep's a 2014, so, or is it a 2013? It's something like that. I love this thing. Yeah, exactly, little Lovey. The thing rides like a brick. The Jeep has 140,000 miles on it. I got to renew my license this year on top of everything else. Whee! It's so pretty. I have no idea, Wendy. I don't know, Tara. 66 years old, disabled. I haven't worked in a long time. I don't ask any other nosy questions. I know the colors in it is gorgeous. It ranges from a pretty lavender to the turquoise, and there's gold, and it's gorgeous. This is from TikTok Shop. It is a dragon egg fidget. It's 3D printed, and I think they're absolutely genius for how they print these. I mean, look how it's interconnected on the bottom. Yes, it is. It's in my shop. If you look in my shopping bag, it's in there. Just type in fidget, and this and the other one that I have will come up. Or dragon egg fidget. 3D printed dragon egg. There you go. My friend Ed and I talked about getting 3D printers and making stuff like this to earn income. If Ed had bought a place down here, we would have done that. But Ed decided to stay in Michigan, and I don't want to live in Michigan. So he has cousins up there, and one of the cousins just had a new baby, so staying up there. And he dog sits their dog, and the dog loves him more than the family. Every dog loves Ed more than their owners, and or dog parents or whatever. But if I don't put it in the box, I will keep playing with it incessantly. Anyhow, yeah, exactly. It's very self-soothing playing with this. It's calmed me down from being irritated with the jerks from earlier. But yeah, if I had a home base and I could have like a garage that I could set up 4 or 5 printers, I would be making all kinds of cool stuff on printers and selling them, having my own shop on TikTok Shop and earning money that way. And I probably would also sell on like eBay or something else. I want to make not just these, I want to make the lithophanes. The person who said you have a 3D printer, look up LITHOPHANE, lithophane. They are photographs that are carved into or 3D printed into, you make those. Okay, I absolutely love those stuff. My friend David got me one for Christmas one year that is you see the photos through the light. Exactly. It's David and I standing next to an antique car at a car show when we were 14 years old. My dad took us to this car show at the Dolphin Village on St. Pete Beach. I remember where, I remember when. It was right after we graduated 8th grade. And I was wearing I was so proud of my school uniform for St. Pete Catholic High. I wore it to church that Sunday. And Dad took David and I after church to breakfast and then out to the antique car show. Dad loved taking us to classic car shows and other stuff like that. And David is a full head taller than I am, plus. He was literally 1 foot taller. I was 5'7.5" and he was 6'7.5". He played trombone. He had the reach that he could really play that freaking trombone. He was in marching band, stage band, everything, all the way through school. And I think he was with the fire department's not band, but like symphony group or whatever. And then he joined the Second Timers, which is all the people who grew up going in marching band in high school and college and whatever else. And once they get out, what are we going to do with ourselves? Well, they formed a group called the Second Timers, and they march in parades and stuff. And they have a stage band too. And he still does with the stage, but he can't march anymore. His knees are really bad. Oh, that would be so cool, Thomas. If you go on my Facebook page, you could find a lot of photos there that you could print from. I would love one of me with Heimdall and one of me with Uno, the dog I had before him. Rose Ross. It's just my name. Say my name, say my name. Anyway. Oh, dear. Okay. The music has taken over. Thomas, if you look in my bio, I believe there's a link to my Facebook page. No, sorry. I tend to hear songs in my head when phrases trigger them. And I said, just look up it's my name. And then all of a sudden my brain went, say my name, say my name. Anyway, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that overtook me. Anyhow, I think I'm going to let y'all go. I've definitely been on here an hour and 34 minutes. Yes, I have. I'm going to take Heimdall out, get some of the stuff from my car. I think I'm going to get the rest of it tomorrow. Yes, I've eaten today. I have eaten. It was sporadic, but I did eat. I had water. I've had tea with lemonade from McDonald's, and water again when we got back here. I'm going to make another water up with the Moonbright tea, Moonbriz, Moonbriz, whatever. I definitely don't need the hot chocolate from Moon Brew because I'm going to sleep like a freaking log tonight. I'm so tired. Everybody have a wonderful night. I am I am out. I'm done. Night all.